Hey everybody, MotorPoet59 here. Well, I haven't posted any videos in a while because I have been gone. I took a road trip from beginning February 3rd and got back February 11th. And I had a really good time. My wife couldn't make it on this trip. I went up to the Williams Flagstaff area in Arizona, down to Phoenix, watched a Supercross race. And from there up to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and eventually to Denver. Spent a couple of days with I have a daughter and her boyfriend who lived there. Came back through Utah and Nevada and back home to California and had a really, really good time. Saw a lot of really cool stuff, met a lot of really nice people, and damn few liberals and Democrats in all those states. It was heartening. It just goes to show you that when you get away from the population centers of just about anywhere, you get away from liberals and Democrats. But that's not the point of this video. While I was gone, a lot of things happened, and I'm not going to rehash all of them. You've heard all the opinions about them. But I will say that shortly after I got back, this is Wednesday, so yesterday, the mask mandates ended on February 15th in California. But they actually ended pretty much before they got started. Even the Democrats and liberals in California are sick of it. They're sick of Gavin Newsom. Of course, there are the cream puffs and snowflakes over on the coast that still believe in all that. But for the most part, Californians were done with it. They were done with the whole thing. They were over it. They want their lives to get back to normal. And they were doing it. It began, well, December 15th is when Newsom said we're going to do it for 30 days, and that ended up being 60 days, and people were just done with it. The stores I went into, very few people were wearing masks. Employees at certain places were required to wear them, and of course in medical facilities. But even in a lot of places, even the employees weren't wearing masks. These people have had enough of it. Restaurants, people want to see people smile again. Patrons are ready to see the smiling faces of the waiters and waitresses. They're ready to be able to understand what people say. They don't have to spend people like me, who I have crappy hearing anyway, and I was tired of every other word in my vocabulary, as I'm sure many other people were. I get tired of that word being, huh? What? You can't hear people. And I had to go to my doctor today. It's the first time I've actually been in her office in months, in many, many, many months. She's an Indian lady. She's hard to understand anyway, but with her mask on, I finally told her, Doctor, you've got to take your mask down. I can't understand a thing you're saying. And she accommodated me. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of people wearing masks. Hey, if you want to wear a mask just because you want to wear a mask, go ahead. But people are tired of being told what to do. It has run its course. The pandemic is over. Let's just be realistic about that. The pandemic is over. While I was on my road trip, I caught a cold. And my wife, one of my friends, I was going to stay with some friends in St. George, Utah, but I called them and told them, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling real good. I think I have a cold. Oh my God, did you get tested for COVID? My wife, are you going to go get a COVID test? No, I've got a freaking cold. Remember colds? Remember when it was okay to have a cold? Remember those before the pandemic? Those things you got where the back of your throat kind of started to get itchy and kind of a little bit sore and dry, and then your nose got tickly, and maybe you started to cough, and you got a little fever, and your nose started. Remember those? They're called colds. And that's what I had. The entire thing, as far as not feeling good, lasted for maybe 48 hours. I really felt like crap for about 24 hours. But by the time I got home, I felt much better. I still sounded like crap, but I felt great, and I feel great now. I'm still coughing up some of the yuckies from the after effects, but I'm fine. And a mask wouldn't have kept me from getting that cold. Even Biden said, when they started talking about the mandates for kids in schools, even Biden said in a press conference, oh, it's a tough call. And that didn't keep the House Democrats and the Democrats across the land from doubling down like they always do, and they know they are and have been wrong, it just can't be supported anymore. You notice they're no longer telling us to follow the science. That's because there is none. There's no science to back up whether masks do or don't work, either way. And that's another thing for my conservative anti this and anti that friends is there's it's funny to hear my conservative friends say there's no science about the vaccines and there's no science so far for your positions either. Uh, it just hasn't been around long enough. Now, I think that the science behind the masks doesn't exist. I think if the masks really worked, that the COVID wouldn't have gotten to the proportions that it ended up getting to before it finally started calming down, and masks had nothing to do with that. I'm glad to see things returning to normal. After I went to my doctor today, went and got my car washed. Nobody at the car wash. Well, there was some guy standing outside, nowhere near anyone else. Young kid with his mask on. Hey, like I said, if you want to wear your mask, go ahead. But if you're still doing it because the government is telling you to do it, you're a sap. You're a sucker. You're a foil. You're a pawn. Knock it off. The government is full of crap on all this. If it makes you feel better, honestly, rock on. But man, stop listening to the government. I went to the grocery store after that, and there were a few people wearing masks, but not very many. People are tired of it, as am I. I don't like wearing a mask. I hate it. It makes I get a mustache, and it makes my nose itch, and I just don't like it. And it's a pain in the ass. I hate getting to places. I also had to go to a place today to check on some flooring issues. We had a wood floor laid a few years ago and is having trouble. And I get in there and it says, masks on for your safety or whatever. So, God, I went back out to my truck, got my mask, and I went in because I need to take care of this business. And I go in there and nobody in there's wearing masks. And I said, is it okay if I take this off? She said, yeah, we just haven't peeled the sticker off the door yet. Stop listening to the Democrats because they're the only ones pushing this. And as I said, Biden's, what he said the other day, didn't keep people from doubling down. You saw everybody at the Super Bowl. Nobody's wearing masks at the Super Bowl, but they want the kids to wear them the next day at school. Come on, give me a break. I don't know. What do you think of all that? Do you still wear your mask because it makes you feel comfortable? Are you still wearing a mask because you're afraid you're going to be looked down upon or vilified? Or do you just say, screw it, I'm not going to wear a mask the way I do? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you all later.